Fukawa, do not waste my precious time with a tale from your wildest imaginations.
What do you mean? It makes perfect sense.
The chemistry lab has lists that go into detail on what chemical mixtures to avoid and what their effects are when combined. There's nothing listed there that would allow you to make a stick of dynamite. The list's more prominent combinations would result in a strong acid, a potent skin irritant, a deadly poison if swallowed, and finally, an odorless, unstable, explosive gas. As I see it, the culprit used this very list to make this type of explosive to kill Jack.
There's no way someone could have used that mixture then, because everyone here would have been killed by that stuff. Or at the very least, Naegi and Kirigiri wouldn't be around right now. There's no way anyone could have made that chemical without killing the rest of us.
How could it be impossible?
If you mix that stuff up, it says it would release the unstable explosive gas. And if that's true, then the entire hallway would have been blown up too. Because the mixture traveled from the chem lab to the dormitory.
Unless it was mixed close to the crime scene.
Jack had a cleaning ritual, cleaning supplies after every project.
You are correct.
Correct, Team 2, +1.
Jack had a habit of cleaning his tools rigorously, so extensive washing and cleaning would have been required. Thus, if the chemicals were introduced to what Jack was using, it would have been very likely how the mixture came to be.
But if that's true, how would someone go about switching out his cleaning solution? And also, wouldn't Jack notice that 2 chemicals were swapped in for his regular supplies?
Indeed, it would be difficult to mix 2 chemicals together, but not as difficult as mixing 1.
Wait, you lost me. So Jack already planned on taking chemicals with him? What chemical does an artist need on hand normally?
Team 3.
He needs the acetone to clean his brushes.
You are correct. Team 3 is awarded a point.
Team 3 is awarded a point, correct.
The acetone. We found that empty can on the floor of Jack's room. It still smelled of that awful odor.
Indeed, artists regularly use acetone as a standard cleaning solution for painting and as a way to clean off brushes or any errors made to the painting. It's no surprise that this can was in the room.
I seem to fail to understand something in your line of thought, Bianca.
And that is?
If the acetone was already in the room, what other chemical was used?
Team 3?
The hydrogen peroxide that went missing could have been used to create an explosion when mixed with other chemicals.
You are correct. Award 1 more point.
After the explosion and everyone gathered around the room, Komatsu hurt himself and Francisca took him to the medical facility to patch him up. However, upon the return, she had mentioned that there was no hydrogen peroxide in the medicine case. Despite the fact that Monokuma keeps the supplies filled on a daily basis, it's pretty odd that it would go missing prior to the murder, unless that had something to do with it.
Okay, but even if the acetone is just another cleaner to Jack, now there's something I don't understand about how it all came together.
How it came together?
How did the murderer get the peroxide into the acetone?
That's one for you to buzz in. Team 3.
The oil-based paints. He moved his supplies from the art studio to his room, so since the acetone was in there, he probably switched it out before he started moving everything.
You are correct. Award another point.
If the peroxide was mixed into the oil paints Jack was using.
It would only be a matter of time before Jack would use the acetone to clean off his paints, either from a mistake, cleaning a brush, or just cleaning off his tools at the end of the night.
The murderer knew that the mixture was an odorless gas, so Jack would not have even been aware that there was a dangerous gas filling the room as he worked.
And once the power went out, the victim used the lighter and was killed while the murderer didn't have to be anywhere near the crime scene. Knowing this, we can't be sure who the culprit is as of now, but perhaps one of you had a motive for killing Jack. Technically speaking, any of you could have been the murderer. After the announcement this morning from Monokuma, anyone could have plotted to kill him.
Had there been any previous charges?
Yes, there was a morning argument heard by Naive.
You are correct.
Before breakfast this morning, I heard Jack and someone in the hallway outside the cafeteria. It sounded really heated, and I didn't want to get involved, but I did hear Jack mention something really loudly. He said, "Just because I worked with you before doesn't mean I can help you out now. I can help you out of the school now." I didn't hear anything from the other person, but after they spoke, Jack came into the cafeteria alone, so I can only assume the other person went off somewhere else to cool off.
So someone here did have a reason to kill him, and to make matters worse for them, this argument took place before Monokuma gave us those motives in the gym, only adding fuel to the fire and driving someone to want to kill him.
The last time all of us saw Jack was after lunch around 1 p.m. I believe Naidi mentioned that you saw him roughly around 2 p.m. when he brought all his supplies into his room and locked himself in.
That's right. So it means someone must have set the crime before Jack locked himself into the room.
At this point, I would like to hear from anyone on their whereabouts after we all separated after 1 p.m.
For this round of the alibi, each of the teams have their folders. Their alibi is written inside. So when we ask for each of your alibis, you are to take the microphone and let us know what your alibi is. Okay, begin.
So I, Dr. Stein, was swimming...
Wait until you're prompt on the screen. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I was looking around the dormitory to hang out with someone. I ended up inviting Finch and Komatsu into the game room to hang out, but Finch declined.
I returned to my studies in the library until dinner. I enjoyed a cup of tea while reading up on the unique properties of easily made poisons.
We had to cut to tension after discussion of the painting, so Junka and I invited all of the girls to join us at the pool. We were there until 4 p.m., then we made our way to the bathhouse to clean up prior to dinner.
I wasn't very interested in swimming, but Master Byakuya did say I needed to bathe and cleanse myself.
I said my nostrils were in blazes from the bitter scent of your sweat.
Yeah, that's it.
I just figured a div is what I needed after all this talk of paints and icky stuff like that.
I thought relaxing in the afternoon was fine, as long as I was planning on investigating the schools some more this evening.
Now for yours. Francisca?
As Kigeli said, I was with her at the pool all afternoon. I prefer to get some exercise in midday.
How could I resist the call of the pool, looking as blue as the Atlantic from 20,000 feet?
Komatsu?
I was wandering around until I bumped into Neji at 2. He invited me for a few games. I figured I could maybe win that nice jacket off his back.
I was in my room working on some costumes. I didn't want any distractions, so I worked alone.
like some buttered toast.
So now that we have everyone's alibi for after lunch, we know one last thing. There was only one opportunity for someone to mix the chemicals to prepare for the explosion. If you take that into account, and the accounts of everyone here, we can tell that the guilty party is...
Sorry.
Okay, enough talking. Time to vote. Remember, majority rules here. So you all better vote for the right person, or it's over for the rest of you.
Before we do our vote, we will now let you all discuss with your teams who you think the murderer is. You will write them on a piece of paper and turn them into us.